InObscuria!
Welcome back, my friends, to the InObscuria podcast, a podcast where we exhume obscure rock and punk and metal, and we put them in one of three categories: the lost, the forgotten, or the should-have-beens. I'm this guy right here. I'm pointing at myself. I'm Kevin.
That's not polite.
Williams.
Do not point at yourself.
That guy, Robert Harrison. What is on your shirt? What is it?
Dirt, grease. Oh, you mean the print?
Yes.
Oh,
It looks like AC/DC, but it's not AC/DC.
It says doof.
Doof.
As in doof warrior. Remember who Doof Warrior is?
Doof Warrior.
So the Mad Max that came out in 8 or 9 years ago, that one.
Okay.
Not the one that just came out. It was the first redo.
The Fury Road.
Fury Road.
Is
That's
what you're
it.
talking
That's
about.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
So the guy playing the flaming guitar.
Oh, Charlize Theron.
Yeah. Let's take a moment of silence.
Enjoy your thought. Okay.
Sorry. So yeah, that movie had the dude with the flaming guitar.
And that was Doof.
Doof Warrior.
All right.
And that was about 6 months after I made a flaming guitar. And so everybody was talking about that and going, oh, I know a guy that did that 6 months ago. And so a couple of friends got me a Doof shirt.
So Doof sent you that. He found out about you and sent that.
He's like, man, I know I ripped off your whole shtick.
I'll give you a shirt.
With a fire-breathing guitar, but I'll give you a shirt.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
it's done in the style of AC/DC.
Yes.
So DOOF.
It's Doof.
Yeah. But when you see me wearing black shirts, that generally means I've been out in the garage. That's my disguise, because I can get
Originally it was white.
completely filthy, yes, and then walk to the grocery store and not have to go change clothes just to go get something to eat.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Like a homeless person walking through there sometimes.
You're not.
I'm not.
Because you have a firehouse.
I have a home to walk back to.
Which is where we record.
Yes, right here.
At the firehouse.
In the studios.
And is there anything that happened in the world of Robert Harrison that we need to know about this week?
Oh, well,
Any amazing stories.
This is being recorded the week following Memorial Weekend.
Yes.
So did you have a big cookout or?
Oh my God,
throwdown?
we didn't do it. The damn thing. We
Nothing?
didn't do nothing at all.
3-day weekend.
3-day weekend. We stayed inside and just
in the air conditioning.
hung out.
It was hot.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a minute.
Okay.
I think we need to check the weather in a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was beautiful. I sat out on the patio tonight, had dinner, and you know what I ate? Hit the button.
Oh, hitting the button.
While you're looking for the button, I had 3 parties on Saturday, so I kind of went around and did the party circuit. So I made sure to hit all the good parties and cookouts and stayed out late. And then Monday, Memorial Day, when everybody else is partying and being amateurs, I worked on the car in the garage all day.
Well, I found said button. Would you like me to hit
Please
it?
push that button.
I'm gonna push that button.
Yeah. Because I brought you a sample tonight.
Oh yeah.
That's right, Musketeers.
It is hot.
To get your grub on.
It is hot.
Chef,
In the bowl.
get it to your funky style.
God not eating right now, Roberts. God not eating.
That's right.
Oh, too hot.
So this is actually a rerun. I accidentally made something that we've talked
Wait,
about
I'm about to eat
before.
some of this. You're saying it's accidentally made.
Yeah, I didn't set
was
out.
an experiment.
I didn't set out to make this necessarily. I just started putting stuff in a skillet and ended up with, here, I'm going to practice, paella. Damn, paella.
Oh, you
almost had it. I have the worst time not pronouncing
Paella?
the L's. I want to pronounce the
Paella.
L's so bad. I was eating it and practicing, and I still screwed it up.
Paella.
Paella. Paella. Because every time I think about it cures what ails you, that's in my
there you
head so much that it comes out as paella. And I'm from Florida.
All right, and so this is shrimp, I assume?
No, this is not seafood. This is just chicken paella.
Chicken
with
paella.
Sausage. So, like I said, I wasn't planning, and I didn't have any shrimp. So,
All right, sniff test first.
yeah,
Smells like paella.
yeah. That's the Florida version. That's not the Spanish version.
Hey, dog, where are you? I dropped some rice.
Oh, he'll be down in a second. Here he comes.
Yo, got food.
Damn. Can't get rid of them when you're not eating.
That is good. That is really good.
Here he comes. Hey, there's the dog. Right up to you. So yeah, I didn't mean to, but I accidentally topped myself. So the last time I made this stuff, it was pretty good. I was very happy with it and added a couple little extra things to it, and I'll be damned. This is the recipe right here, which I didn't write down, but I think I got it. I think I remember it.
Just go on taste.
Go on taste.
Remember that taste and you'll be fine.
Yeah, cut up some limes and cook the limes in there. Instead of waiting to the end, you cook them in there.
Never heard of cooking limes, but what do I know? I don't really cook. So.
I know. I watched the professionals when we had the professional paella cookers.
You really can't say this word.
It's hard to say. Paella. And see, when I do it right, it sounds really dumb. I'm screwed either way. The rice dish, the Spanish, I can't even say that, Spanish rice dish, that's hard to say. I've only had half a beer. I promise. I did not start early.
Oh, it's going to be one of those episodes.
I did not start early. No, it's not going to be. It's going to be fine. We're fine. Everything's good.
Everything's good.
Everything's good. We're good.
You weren't sitting in here in the dark because it's not dark yet.
No, it's not dark.
So
it's not as easy to sit in the dark and drink because it doesn't get dark till 9:30.
You have to wait so long.
By then, I'm like, yeah, it's bedtime.
I'll just go to bed.
Go to bed.
Oh, man. Well, this was good. That was a very good second batch.
Second batch, yeah. It was
not bad for your second batch ever, right?
Right. I mean, like I said, I watched the professionals, and we had these 3-foot wide dishes. Two of them, and they'd have these big propane burners outside, with stirring it with a boat paddle looking thing.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd have flamenco dancers inside.
Oh, yeah. You talked about that last time. We took a minute. Should we take a minute?
We got a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Flamenco dancers.
Yeah.
Yes. 6 foot. Right. 6 foot tall. Redhead from Poland. But
Poland.
Yeah, I know.
That throws it off a bit.
The math is a little challenging on this one, but it works.
Okay.
Yeah, she's very good and very tall. So yeah, I got that, and I made progress on the carve and restoring because it was falling behind. I was having issues with my schedule. I made a point I'm going to be finished with this portion of work, the welding and cutting of rusty metal and patching in new metal. I'm going to be finished with
New
that.
metal, you say?
New metal.
Oh.
Yes, that's the only kind of new metal that I like.
Oh, I was about to say, are you trying to give me a hint?
When it's non-rusty metal, yes.
You know, when you drop things like that, I pick it up, so...
Yeah. You know, but transitioning back to why we're here, which is music.
Yes.
I went down a shoegaze rabbit hole the past 2 days and came up with new gaze.
New gaze.
Yeah, so I like that. There's a lot of new gaze. There's a band called Kitchens of Distinction.
What the hell did you just say?
Oh, yeah, we've played them before.
We have? Son of a bitch.
Yep.
Seriously.
You remember that one time we did a shoegaze episode?
Well, yeah, I know that. But
we played them that time.
Kitchens of Distinction.
We sure did.
How do I not remember that name? Because I just like the name so much. I don't know why. Because I was in the kitchen cooking.
Should I have I'll have the folks in the back check to make sure that's right.
I think so.
Okay. Hey, wake up. Go check that out. Yeah, all right. They're going to look that up.
Okay. Well, anyway, but I found them again. So now I'll remember them the second time.
Well,
it takes 2 or 3 times for me to find a band before it sticks. But there was a lot of other bands, so I'll figure out ones that we did not play. I'll check with you ahead of time before I embarrass myself again.
What's that?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay. All right, here we go. The results are in.
Yeah.
Let me read this printout that I have here. Yes, episode 109, Old Souls, a Shoegaze Revival, song number 6, Kitchens of Distinction.
Fake news. Fake news.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you rediscovered them, though.
Yeah, well, rediscovered them. And like I said, it really was the name. They're good, but the name's awesome. It's just so stupid. It's great. But yeah, there's lots of droney, alternative, spacey kind of stuff out there that I just fell into that rabbit hole and just for 2 days. Cut metal, welded metal, grinded.
I believe there is a shoegaze band called Soft Metal. You should have listened to them.
I'm going to go look for them now. I don't know. It's just fun. So yeah, we'll trying to bring some more content and failing.
Well, I see. Well, next time you fail, go listen to Pot of Thunder, Cobras and Fire, Growing Up Rock, Slamfest Podcast, Decibel Geek, A to Z Radio, Metal Up Your Podcast, The Hustle, Disciples of the Watch, Podcast Rock City, Sean Geek and Fast Fret Podcast, State of Amorica, Rock Strikes 10, Potter Than Hell, The Ron Keel Podcast, Shout It Out Loudcast, The Kiss Room, Ages of Rock, Retro Zest Podcast, and Don't forget about Monty.
Hey, it's Monty.
Monty's Rockcast. come visit us, InObscuria.com. Like us, share us, Facebook, X, Instagram.
All the above.
Very rarely do I check the old Instagram. I should probably go out there and look.
Yeah, I send you stuff all the time on that. At least once a month.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Maybe I'll see it at some point. So, before we get into tonight, do you mind, can we go listen to a quick weather report? Because in my experience this week, it's been a little hot. But I want to hear...
How hot was it? Oh, this isn't Johnny Carson.
No, we're not doing that. But anyway, if you don't mind,
I won't mind at all. So yesterday and today was glorious, and you know why? We went to the food truck thing last night. Our little city has a food truck night, and it was packed. Everybody was out last night because it was relatively low humidity because there was winds from the north, which is what we also call Kristen.
Called what?
Kristen.
You guys give me so much. It's the least I could do.
Mighty K winds.
The mighty wind from the north. And that brought low humidity to the south, which means it was warm, but it was pleasant warm. It wasn't stifling. But this weekend, when it was a holiday and you had I was invited to the Atlanta Jazz Fest on Saturday. It was brutal hot. Everybody was just bitching and griping. So tonight,
let's just double check. Let's double check. Okay.
Now let's kick it back on over to
Captain Content.
for our 5-day weather forecast.
Starting to get a little grungy, kind of funky, almost
It's getting a little swampy too.
Almost a little swampy.
Yeah, a little swampy.
Today was pretty warm.
Yeah.
Pretty humid and warm.
See what happens.
Getting close.
It's hot, damn hot, real hot. Hotter than this is my shorts. I can cook things in it. Little crotch pot cooking.
You guys don't like swamp crotch?
It's gonna be hot and wet. That's nice if you're in the lady, but it ain't no good if you're in the jungle.
Like I mentioned, the winds were out of the north, but they're going to change back to the old southeasterly winds, and it's going to be 85% humidity the rest of this week and just stifling.
You might even say swampy.
It's there. We're there.
Yeah. Well, no playing around. It's come early this year, and I think the rest of the country here in the old United States of America have been kind of hot in places.
Well, especially by the time
get hot.
By the time this episode comes out, it's going to be right in the middle of it. Ugh. Heat wave. It's like a heat wave.
Well, that's why we're doing episode 233, Swamp Things, Bluesy, Dirgey, Rock and Punk and Metal, trois.
Twat?
Trois. Don't say that.
Oh, what? Yeah, I was repeating what you said. Like, what does that have to do with
that is French
swampiness?
For three, you see. Like in the bayou.
Oh, menage a three.
What the hell you say?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So we're going to do a little swamp rocking tonight. Hope that's all right with you.
It's fine with me. You know that.
It's nasty. Despite what you say, I thought it was kind of gross out. I went outside.
You might want to check your thermostat.
Okay.
And you guys are cheap, so you got it set on like 79 degrees inside.
Probably. Well, that is a problem at my house. See, I have three women living there.
They get chilly.
And they all get cold, and I'm hot-natured. And so, yes,
that's
it's
what I was
a
saying.
constant battle inside the house to keep it where I want it.
When you come over here.
I lose most of the time.
When you come over here.
It's nice
It's
in
a
here.
meat locker.
Yeah, it's nice in here.
Because I don't have to argue with anybody. Dio doesn't care. He's got a fur coat.
That's
so
right.
it can be as cold as I want to.
Yeah, well, just another reason that tonight we're going to do a little swamp rocking.
Yeah.
So we've done this twice, in case you didn't know what trois meant. And now this is our third episode featuring swampy things. So it's a genre kind of came out of the 60s, kind of that rock from, the southern states.
Bayou.
The bayou in Louisiana, Texas. It's
a little bit of Florida.
Yeah, a little bit of Florida. Yeah. What's that swamp there? There's quite a famous one down there.
It's called the state of Florida.
I was thinking the Okefenokee. But
that's kind of Georgia. But yeah, it bleeds over into it. But you got the was it Molly Hatchet, the Gator in the Bushes. He wrote a song about it.
Right.
It's kind of swampy.
And there's other artists like Creedence and, the Fogerty Jams. There was a very swampy. And you got Little Feat, the band, Leon Russell. That's kind of the old stuff. We're not going anywhere there. What I think of when I think of swamp rock is a noisy, slide guitar. Mm-hmm. That's what I think of. Or an acoustic with a resonator, where you get that kind of steel clanking sound and you add a little bit of blues to it. That's swamp rock to me. So we're going to hit some of that tonight.
It's like if you drag Bonnie Raitt through the mud.
Yeah, because Bonnie Raitt's not.
No, she's
not
nice and clean.
rock.
Jingly jangly.
Too clean.
Yeah, she's very, very talented,
nice.
but too nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
like I
this
said.
has to be kind of nasty.
Yeah, she used to be on a Greyhound bus for like 14 hours with no AC, and then she'd probably sound pretty good.
Yeah. All right, so we've done this before, episode 87, 193. We've played bands like Tab Benoit, Gary Clark Jr., Zodiac, the legendary Shack Shakers, Frog Lord, Marcus King, the Wailing Souls. These are all great bands, by the way. Not going to play any of those again, but we're going to hit some good ones. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Slash just released a blues album, and it's got some swampiness to it. It's got some really good non-GNR sounding, non-Slash sounding tunes that are, I mean, they're all cover tunes of blues classics, but he puts a good spin on it where it's a little bit swampy in places. There's an Iggy Pop one especially.
If he touches it, it's good, I'm sure.
It's really good. And he's doing a whole tour this summer. It's like a blues review.
Yeah.
And it's all kind of blues-based bands, some of those new wave of classic rock bands with him, which I think is really cool. And he's coming here, I believe, in, around August. It's going to be swampy for sure because it's an outdoor show.
Oh, boy.
Ooh. I'll watch it on YouTube.
Hopefully it's late at night, because if they start at 7 on August, it's going to be brutal.
Yeah. Anyway, another reason to just get in the mood. So let's kick this off with an American blues rock duo from Fort Wayne, Indiana. And of the two members, they have a slide guitar player who sings and a drummer. That's all you need for a swamp.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
More room on stage.
Exactly.
Not as many people in the car. I like that idea.
Yeah.
We should have thought of that a long time ago.
Wait a minute, I'm a bass player.
Oh, yeah. Shh.
He got away.
Maybe Brandon and I.
Yeah. Oh, well. Okay, so this band is called Left Lane Cruiser. You ever heard of this band?
Oh, no. I know the people, though. Want to just run their ass over.
Yeah, Left Lane Cruiser. So here in the States, if you're cruising in the left lane, you're pretty much an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah, get over to the right.
Move it.
Right. Left lane is the fast lane.
That's right.
So this band signed with Alive Records in 2007. They've toured the States and Europe ever since. They have 11 full lengths from 2006 to 2019. They've had some pretty awesome titles, like their first album, Bring Your Ass to the Table. They had another one called Junkyard Speedball. They did I'm assuming this was a covers album of Jeff Beck songs, but they did Beck in Black.
I like them already.
And my favorite, which is just a little spin on a Who song. This one's called Claw Machine Wizard.
Not even Space Invaders Wizard or Pac-Man Wizard.
Oh, no,
They
Claw
went straight
Machine
to the
Wizard.
Claw Machine
Yeah,
Wizard.
I love it. They've released 4 new singles this year, and they have a new album coming out called Bayport Barbecue Blues. It drops on my birthday, June 7th. So I've already pre-ordered it.
Wait a minute. Did everybody catch that hint? You see how he just...
what? What do you mean?
You just got to just...
No, I was telling you when this was
snuck
being
that
released.
in there. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
All right, so let's play one of these new songs. Oh, this is a good one. It's a good way to start this off. I'm going to give you, Robert, a little bit of Turkey Vulture.
Turkey vulture and a old dirty crow, ripping out the guts of a dead-ass dog. That's yours, these are mine. You little salt, but it tastes just fine. Down the road, baby, it's getting bad. Coons start cooking on the pavement slab. That's yours, these are mine. You little salt, but it tastes just fine.
was debating whether I missed the bass on that, but I think the outcome was that I didn't.
Yeah, he's got it. It's a low sounding.
There was something in there,
tuning
the
or
low notes
something.
or something.
Yeah,
It
he's
was
got-
filling in a little bit, so it wasn't as sparse as it could have been if you just taken a regular guitar and then just backed off the bass on that.
And I don't know if live maybe they run through a bass amp or two different rigs and A/B it or something like that. I would
Maybe.
assume that's what they do to get a little more.
But his
to
voice had that old Creedence vibe to it, though.
Oh, yeah.
God,
That is swampy.
that is some swampy vocals and guitar playing and drums and everything.
Think they have a lot of swamps in Fort Wayne, Indiana?
If you leave the garden hose running long enough, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I've never been there, so I don't know.
I have a friend in Fort Wayne. I'll have to ask her.
right.
That's a great question. I doubt it. That's going to be my hypothesis that no.
Yeah, just a few small bogs.
Yeah, but maybe a bog or two.
Okay.
A wet patch.
Well, I think that band is killer, and if I were in the swamp right now, that's what I'd want to be listening to.
On a front porch.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've got the front porch.
You know you have that
in the
now.
backyard that looks like a swampy porch. Mm-hmm. It looked. I think that kind of came out in my design by accident. I just was looking for an old timey porch, but it's kind of a swampy porch.
It is a swampy porch.
Yeah.
It looks like a bayou porch.
It does, yeah. So I don't know. We can do some photoshopping with a nice swamp out front of it.
Oh, that'd be-
or I could build a swamp. I've got a beach. I've got the deep sea.
Mm-hmm. You just need a little swamp.
I need a little swamp.
Yeah, man.
Well, there goes my weekend
All right. Projects.
and my water bill.
Well, and I'm glad that you brought up the old swampy back porch, front back porch.
It's front back porch.
Front porch.
That's the front back porch.
I get confused every time.
It's the front porch in the backyard.
Okay, back front porch. Front back porch.
Front back porch. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, there we go. Anyway, we were sitting out there when Mr. Craig Elvin was over.
Yes.
And I was telling him, we were talking about that. We were saying this feels like a little bit of swampiness, even though it was not swampy then. It was
When he could still talk.
he was slurring, but
yeah,
that's okay.
I
I
can
can understand.
understand,
yeah. And I mentioned, well, we need to do another swamp rock episode, and he said, you know what?
What?
Australia has some swamp rock.
It is too dry there.
That's what I said. He said, no. I'm going to give you this band called The Cruel Sea. Mm-hmm. You're going to dig it. So we're going to play this band because he gave it to me, or actually he told me about it, and I went and had to download it. He didn't give me anything. He just told me to spend my money.
Sure. How generous of him.
Yeah. So it's a band from Sydney, where he's from. They were formed in 1987. Not so obscure in Australia, but I am not familiar with them here in the United States. But in Australia, they've won 8 ARIA Music Awards over their career. So that's like Grammys.
Yeah.
That's
Big-
a lot.
Big stuff.
That's a lot.
It's like the
8.
Was the Juno in
Juno in...
Canada?
Roberto, it's pronounced Canada.
No, I think that's Mexico.
Oh, it's the
Juno's in Mexico,
That's the
right?
Wano.
You dicks!
Oh, sorry, Canada.
Sorry.
Always picking on Canada.
Gosh,
Why would we do
our
that?
bad.
They're such nice people.
They are.
Why do we do that?
They are stand-up people.
Because they're Canadians and their heads flap. Okay.
Thanks, Midget. Shocking report. The controversy began in the small mountain town of South Park, where the local PTA is trying to ban the movie. With us tonight is the head of the PTA, Sheila Broflovsky,
Hello, Tom.
and the Canadian Minister of Movies.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Minister, parents are concerned about your country's entertainment. Your thoughts?
The United States has graphic violence on television all the time. We can't believe that a movie with some foul language would piss you off so much.
Because it's evil!
Can I finish? Please, can I finish? Okay, I'm finished.
But, Mr. Minister, it isn't like this film is the first troublesome thing to come out of Canada. Let us not forget Bryan Adams.
No, the Canadian government has apologized for Bryan Adams on several occasions.
You Canadians are all the same, with your beady little eyes and flapping heads. You're
I
trash!
resent that. I find that racist. and-
Our children are now addicted
You
to your
are racist,
filth.
ma'am. You are racist.
So, originally an instrumental band, The Cruel Sea. Later, they got a singer named, and this is in Australia, remind you, Australia. Their singer's name is Tex Perkins. Good old Tex.
What?
From Sydney. I love it. Hey, if your singer's named Tex Perkins, you better play some swamp rock.
I will sign you.
Yeah.
If I was a record dude, and you come, well, here's our singer Tex. Here, just sign right here.
And there better
There
be
you
some
go.
swampiness.
Yeah, you gotta-
a name like that, you better have some southern swampiness
put
to
up
your
or shut
sound.
up.
So,
Tex
the album we're going to play from is called Three-Legged Dog, and it was released in 1995, went to number 1 in Australia. They toured Canada, the US, and Europe, and then they followed that in Australia, opening for the Rolling Stones. So I'm going to say it again, not a small band in Australia, but again, they came over here, but I don't remember ever hearing The Cruel Sea until Craig told me about them. So 6 full lengths from 1990 to 2001. 3 of them went platinum in Australia. do they deserve to be on our show? I think so.
Well, let's find out. Let's do it scientifically. Let's listen.
Well, we'll listen.
And determine that.
Yes. Okay. So here's a little swampiness from Craig Elvin's band, The Cruel Sea.
And while you're playing it, Google, are there swamps in Australia? And let's see what the internet says about this.
Dried swamps. Maybe they call them
former, like 2 million years ago, it was a swamp. That doesn't count. I'm talking right damn now.
All right. We'll check that. We'll have we'll have our crack team.
You got to give them something to do. They're on the payroll.
Yes.
Get on that!
Okay.
Eyes and bleeding hands, I put my new suit in the cleans again. I took the first bus, I didn't look back. Lungs long blowing like a smokestack. Hair falling out as the wind blows through it. My horse ran second just like I knew it would. Overflowing ashtray. Yay. Oh yeah. Then the officer said, you better get a lawyer, son. You better get a real good one. You better get a lawyer, son. You better get a real good one. Get yourself a suit and tie and get your hair cut way up high. Get yourself a lawyer, son. You're gonna need a real good one. I can walk all the way down the dirt track. I fell down, I got up, I turned around and then I walked back. I walked to the sea. I stood there and looked for a sign. It took time, but it came. I added up and took what was mine. Oh yeah. You better get a lawyer, son. You better get a real good one. Get yourself a lawyer, son. You're gonna need a real good one. Don't drop the soap. Don't smoke no dope. Get yourself a lawyer, son. You're gonna need a good one to get you out of this one.
The first note, I pointed at you and said, holy damn, swampy as hell from the very first note. And then the vocals kick in. It's like, oh, you got even swampier.
They checked every box you could ever want to check for a swamp rock song. I will be inserting the We're Not Worthy clip right here.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're scum! We suck!
To the Cruel Sea.
Yes.
That is swamp rock.
That is, to the nth degree, that is the swampiest of the swamp rock so far.
Gnarly ass guitar tone. They had so much slide in there that I couldn't even tell what notes were being played.
It didn't matter. He was playing the key of swamp.
And it was amazing.
Yes. Craig Elvin, you sexy genius.
Yeah.
You're a man of many skills and talents, and that's one of them. It's
that
just
song,
being a sexy genius you are.
Oh, God. You're giving him way too much credit now. That song was called Better Get a Lawyer.
I've heard that.
Amazing.
Son?
I have one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was me just kicking back.
I have one on retainer.
Me just kicking back going, yeah, he's on retainer.
Oh, man. That is so good. So damn good.
Oh, yes.
I want more of that. That song was a single, and a hit single at that, in Australia. I love that.
I could see that and just topping the charts there.
1995, man. I don't know why we've never heard this.
Of all the weird and funky things that were getting played on the radio here, we had all
cake.
over the map.
We had cake. Why didn't we have this?
We had swing. We had like all the weird shit that were one-offs, kind of a weird thing here or there.
We had the butthole surfers.
Butthole surfers. Why couldn't this have been one of the weird things that we had playing on the radio?
Exactly.
It was good.
But you know what? We got it
good.
now.
We got it now.
Yep. And I don't care. Not obscure in Australia, but is obscure here, so it works. And I'm so glad we played this.
It has to be obscure in this room.
Yeah, that's when we say them's the rules.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Our damn podcast.
All right. So,
and what'd you find out about the science part of it?
Let me hold on. Did they
geography and science?
Hold on. It's coming. It's coming down the chute.
They put it on a Post-it note. Seriously?
No, I installed one of those banker chutes.
Oh, the vacuum tubes.
Yep. All right, here it is. So, you know what? They have lots of swamps in Australia. Apparently, in the bush in Australia, there's some very big ones.
Yeah.
And apparently, they're the most deadly swamps in the world.
Oh, I knew that.
Everything there will kill you.
Yes, that in Florida, anything alive is basically going to turn on you at some point.
Yeah. I don't know how anyone's alive in Australia.
Yeah.
How do you people survive? They just like let things bite them. They don't give a shit.
Australia is Florida on meth. It really is. It's like that one step more of just, oh my God.
Those are some tough sons of bitches.
Yes, absolutely. To survive there
to have a heritage, to just survive.
I mean, every day you leave your house and there's Mad Max shit going on the streets, road warrior crap and people shooting arrows at you.
What the hell did you just say?
Or is that only in the 70s?
I'm not sure about that.
They still do it these days?
I'm not sure about
I've seen documentaries.
Okay.
They make really cool cars
and
trucks and drive them around and run people off the roads.
They go to Bada Town.
Yeah, I saw the documentary, yeah. It's like 4 parts.
Tina Turner.
Oh, yeah, she's part of it. She's like the ringleader for a while.
Well, let's move on because we don't need another hero.
No.
All right, let's move on to a little band from Texas is next. And you know what their record label's called? This is how I knew right away.
Big Tex?
No. This is how I knew that they might be a Southern rock or they might be a swamp band or they might be both. They're on Wiggy Thump Records.
Wiggy Thump.
Wiggy Thump Records. Yes, they've crossed over to both country and rock on the charts over the years. So
is that the sound you make falling off a bar stool?
Wiggy Thump. So this band is very similar to our buddies in Blackberry Smoke. This is a band called Whiskey Myers.
Okay.
You ever heard of this band?
No.
I think they've toured.
Is that a drink?
Whiskey Meyer?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Check out the big brain on
Robert.
You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
I'm not a whiskey drinker.
Put our
you are.
Put our crack staff on it. Go make me a Whiskey Meyer.
Surprise, motherfucker.
But anyway, this band formed to capture that 70s Southern rock and outlaw country sound. They wanted to mix the two, and they pretty much have. And they've done the whole Texas, in Texas they have a red dirt circuit. You know what that is? The Texas Red Dirt Circuit. It's basically where you play these bars in all these towns in Texas. You can tour Texas for years and never have to leave.
That's true.
Because it's big.
Until you get thrown out.
It's really big. So they got a pretty steady base, and then they got signed and put some things out. And in 2018, they were featured on 4 episodes of the Kevin Costner Paramount show Yellowstone.
Oh, that's big.
Which is apparently big. I've never seen it. I'm not a huge Kevin Costner fan in general, but
I've never seen a single episode, but I've seen clips of it.
Lots of people seem to like it.
And yeah, he's pretty good in it.
Okay.
Like all the dancing with wolves and stuff.
There's dancing in it?
Yeah, there's
it's a song and dance kind of show?
Very little dancing and dance. I was very disappointed. I was looking to learn some moves, but like Waterworld, he had a string of like, that's
boy.
not a good one. Oh, that's not a good one.
It was that long, Wyatt Earp movie. I tried to watch a little bit of that.
God, no.
Couldn't get through it.
But this one has some eye candy. Keeps you interested.
All right.
Beth.
I didn't know Kevin Costner was that hot.
What the hell did you just say?
Beth. Yeah.
Okay, sure. All right, so Yellowstone featured several or maybe it's just one song, but it was 4 episodes. I'm assuming it was different songs. Maybe it was the same song over 4 episodes. But shortly after that, their 3 available albums all of a sudden went into the top 10 in the iTunes country chart. So they kind of cross over. They're rock, but they're country. They're Southern rock.
It's probably more money in the country charts these days.
Probably a whole lot more money. Charts. So I think that's a brilliant move if you can still rock, but be considered country enough to be on their charts.
Not the frat bro country.
Exactly what Blackberry Smoke does. How about that?
Rock it out.
In 2019, they released their self-titled album, Whiskey Myers, and it debuted number 1 on the Billboard Country and number 2 on the Billboard Active Rock charts.
Active rock. That's
active rock, which is weird because active rock, I think of the
new metal, kind of the angry.
What are those bands now? The Five Finger Death Punch. That's active rock, right?
Isn't that new metal? I don't know what you would classify
No, it's
them.
active rock. It's rock, but it's active. Because rock usually is not active. It's,
You sit around, get stoned.
I don't know. It's a dumbass name for a genre.
Is
that a genre? That's not a genre.
Yeah, it's a genre.
Anyway, they were on it, but I don't think when you hear this, I don't think you're going to assume that they're an active rock band. I think you're just going to think, oh, this is swamp rock.
They didn't know where to put them.
Exactly
this happened to us. We got classified as alternative. If you remember, that we were the least alternative band out there, but we were alternative to everybody else.
We were the alternative to the new metal that was going on.
Yeah, so we became known as alternative. And I was like, all right, fine, but I don't think we're alternative. But
could have been the cross-dressing, too.
That's true.
Well,
we were ahead of our times, Kevin.
Mm. So, not obscure at all in the country circles, but, most of our folks, I think, don't really listen to country, so we're going to consider them for this program, and I think it's due time that we call them swamp rock instead of...
Invite them to the fold.
Yeah, instead of active rock. No. This is swamp rock, and I'm going to prove it right here with a song from their album Mud that came out in 2016.
Oh, now how can you not bring them into the swamp rock family?
And a song called Frogman.
Oh, they were born for this.
Came from the country, after the bare knuckle fighter. Yeah, I'm an American, UET silk diver. Your mind can't conceive all the places I've been, to the ends of the earth, hell and back again, yeah. Never been the one to run away around the world with the gun in my hand. You're damn right, I'm a bad motherfucker. Baby, I'm a frog man. Small on fire and RPGs, and I'd rather be fishing in a cool mountain stream. Instead, I'm dodging bullets in this desert sand. I don't know if I'll see my home again. Never been the one to run away around the world with the gun in my hand. You're damn right, I'm a bad motherfucker. Baby, I'm a frog man. Never been the one to run away around the world with the gun in my hand. You're damn right, I'm a bad motherfucker. Baby, I'm a frog man. From the Korengal Valley to the seven seas. I won't die alone. I got my brothers with me. It makes no difference about the shit I'm in. I'm just doing my job. Baby, I'm a frog man. Baby, I'm a frog man. Baby, I'm a frog man. Baby, I'm a frog man.
Once again, damn.
Swampy.
Just defining the genre.
I would not call them country, but that's how they're listed.
Yeah, it's got enough of the twang.
It's got the twang in the voice, but
Yeah.
man, those guitars.
But I would listen to it.
That sludginess in the guitars.
It's
and that is
sludgy and
swampy.
grungy that it doesn't scream country. It's just more, it's got a little twang to it.
Yeah. Sounds a lot like Charlie Starr.
Yeah.
His vocals.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
Those two should sing a duet together. You want to
Yeah.
know who's singing.
That's exactly right.
All right. So the slide guitar lead in that song was badass. So I thought we need somebody to compete with this next. So why not go to a band that's not so obscure, but we've featured them recently on episode 228 when we chatted about classic rock artists that were still releasing great new material in the alternative age in the 1990s. And I mentioned then that we would play this band again later this year, and now is the time. In 1994, they released a record called Return of the Boogeymen. And it was the 90s. This type of thing wasn't selling, but this is an English rock band from 1971, best known for Slow Ride, Fool for the City, I Just Want to Make Love to You. I'm talking about Foghat. And yes, an English band, but man, this is about the swampiest Foghat tune you've ever heard coming up. And if you want to compete with a slide player, Rod Price was one of the best, if not the best, slide player in rock music ever. And we're about to hear it right here. This is a song from that 1994 album that most people have never heard, and it's Foghat playing a song called Louisiana Blues.
Bring it. Man, all the way across the globe, the swamp's got just a magnetic pull to them. We've established that there are swamps in England.
Lots of bogs. They're specifically singing about Louisiana,
exactly.
so they're in the bayou.
Threw it down
here.
exactly what I'm talking about here.
Exactly.
It's got that kind of influence all over the world. I mean, grew up down there in swampland, and we weren't in Louisiana, but we're right down the road from it, so it was an easy day trip over there, and just didn't think about how big of an influence it would have on everybody in music, it seems like.
Oh, yeah. And while we were listening to that, I got about 50 mosquito bites.
I know, they're swarming. Somebody left the door open.
Swarm when they hear that music.
I think the garage door's
It's just swampy. Did you notice not only the amazing slide guitar playing, but the amazing harmonica?
Yes.
Did you happen to notice, because there's a certain individual who plays the harmonica that well?
Oh, Mr. Now Not So Big John Popper?
That was John Popper. In 1994, he guested on the Foghat album, Return of the Boogeyman. They had John Popper on to play the harmonica.
Is that about when they hit it? Was that before they hit it?
Yeah, that was right when they were hitting it.
On their way
95, 94, 95 was when they were getting real big.
He was a big fan of that kind of music.
Oh, yeah, man.
What the hell did you just say?
What's wrong with you?
He was just big in general. He's a big
huge
dude.
into that music, yeah.
I've probably seen Blues Traveler
3 different sizes.
True, but I've probably seen them about 12 times. I love Blues Traveler, man.
Yeah, that's a good live band.
Good live band. And, you have to be willing to listen to long, lengthy jams.
Oh, yeah. It's a jam band.
But I wouldn't call them the atypical jam band. Because they rock pretty damn hard.
Yeah.
And they throw enough intricate kind of almost progginess into their jamminess that it's like Fish. It's the same way. Fish is very jazzy, proggy on top of what they're doing with the jammy stuff. I'm just telling you, if you dive a little deeper than the hippie stuff. Anyway.
Where do you dive? Which part of the pool should I dive in?
You go listen to a live.
They've been around for 30.
Go listen to a
years.
live Fish album. Any of them.
Live Fish. Okay.
Fish.
All right. I will Google live Fish
and go listen to the live Blues Traveler album.
Yeah, that I know is
really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, off of that jam stuff, we're talking about swamp rock, and this was swamp rock. This was Foghat teaching us all
here's
a little bit about our own
Here's how you
country.
Do it. Here's the blueprint.
Yeah. We're the original bands doing this in the 70s. We're going to teach you again, kids, in the 90s. And, of course, no one heard this album. I said it before, it's a brilliant album. It's really good. So go check out Return of the Boogeyman, 1994, if you can find it, Foghat. All right, moving on. Another English band, another bog band. And this is a newer band. This is what you would call a stoner rock band or stoner metal. This is a newer band that's based out of London. They're a power trio, and they do kind of pay homage to the 60s and 70s rock pioneers, but they're kind of that new psychedelic stoner kind of stuff. But I found them on a cover album that Ripple Music put out. It's a compilation. It's a double album they put out last year called Burn on the Bayou. And as soon as I saw the cover and I read what it was, I'm like, ooh, I have to have
Isn't
this.
that Creedence song? Burn on the Bayou.
This is called Burn on the Bayou, a heavy underground tribute to Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Okay, that wasn't by accident then.
No.
Okay.
And so this is stoner metal bands playing Creedence covers. It's beyond good. It's just so
Two great things that go great together.
I love Creedence, but they do sound a little dated.
Yeah.
But then you hear these versions of Creedence songs and you're like, oh my God.
Is it another Bob Dylan? Would you say that? Where you redo the songs and all of a sudden you're like, oh, now I like these.
I mean, I like Creedence as is.
Yeah.
And I think all of the Creedence albums, actually. I love that stuff. But it does just have a little bit of that 60s, early 70s sound to it.
There's about 3 songs that get played in every Vietnam movie, every movie about the 60s. So I need to skip past those. Yeah. So I need to skip past those and get back to the non-movie soundtrack songs.
So this band is called Stub. S-T-U-B-B.
When you stub your toe on the corner of the bed?
Yeah, Stub.
God, that hurts.
Like the barbecue joint down in Austin called Stubbs.
Stubbs Barbecue.
But this is no S. It's just
Stub.
Yeah. So 5 releases all on Ripple Music. So this is a Ripple band. And
if you like when you mix champagne and Ripple,
what do you get?
Champipple.
Is that a Red Fox?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh my God, I was waiting for you to Sanford and Son specifically. Yeah, that was his favorite drink. And that's your old person reference for the day.
Oh, there we
People
go.
that under 39 years old, you're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about. I had to watch that with my dad, the Baptist minister.
Oh man.
And watch him try not to laugh at some of the off-color jokes because he didn't want to, looked like he was enjoying it.
Lisbeth, I'm coming, Lisbeth. It's a big one.
You big dummy.
Come on, Pop.
Rollo.
Oh man, that was a good show. That was a funny show, and it still holds up.
It was pretty edgy for the time.
It was
so
very
therefore,
edgy.
It holds up now because it was so. It doesn't come across as corny as some of the other 70s.
Well, he's just so damn funny. Red Fox was a brilliant comedian long before he was
and he was
ever
having
on
to
that show.
hold back for television
he was
censors.
Yeah,
he was pretty blue.
Go listen to some Red Fox stand up. And
But this is 10 years before Eddie Murphy shocked everybody with what we thought.
Even Richard Pryor.
Or Richard Pryor. Yeah,
Pryor to Pryor.
Jinx.
Buy me a Coke.
But once again, watching my dad, kind of laugh, but try not to laugh too much. Some of the off-color stuff.
Oh man, I love that we got a little Sanford and Son mixed in with our swamp rock. Now, do you know where that theme song came from? The Sanford and Son theme song that's so famous.
Look at you, the professional podcaster, bringing it back. That's what you do. You bring it back to the subject at hand.
That's right.
Damn, you're good.
Yeah.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
That's right.
I just show up.
Do you know who that is?
Oh, it was Steptoe and Son. No, that was the TV show that was based on.
What?
Oh my God, that came out of nowhere.
Steptoe.
If you watch the credits,
okay,
it says
Sanford and Son was based
on. Yeah, when you said that popped out for no reason, but it was based on an adaptation of another show called Steptoe and Son.
Okay,
well, no, I completely sidetracked you there. So what was the song?
The song is by none other than Quincy Jones.
What?
Yep, that is a Quincy Jones song. You go listen to the whole thing. I'll send it to you. You've only ever heard like the first
snippet.
half of the song.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It's like the best funk you've ever heard in the song. When you listen to the whole thing.
Every once in a while, when the show had some extra time at the end, they would let the credits run a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And it would get into a little bit of a breakdown. I still remember that.
It's so good.
20
Quincy
years?
Jones,
Yeah.
the man behind Michael.
There's some awesome interviews coming out, little snippets. I'd love to watch the entire thing, but Lukather, the guitar player, what's his name? Steve? Fred? Bill Lukather?
It's Fred Lukather.
Yeah.
Steve
Lukather. And him, talking about the sessions with Quincy Jones and how Quincy would say, okay, here's the song, and he would lay down a riff, but he's like, no, that's too rock oriented. We need more R&B. And he would show on the guitar how he would change it just slightly.
He'd show
fascinating.
The amazing guitarist that is Steve Lukather.
Yeah, just like I said, he would just go, okay, let me play it slightly different. And then Quincy's like, yes, that's it. And all the influential songs that he was part of like that. It's amazing.
Look at us, just dropping knowledge.
I know, all over the place.
Dropping knowledge in the swamp.
Knowledge vomiting all over the place.
Well, let's get back to Stub. Yeah. And I'm going to prove how awesome you can make a Creedence Clearwater metal song. And I guess this is more like 70s hard rock sounding, but it's a newer band. It's a stoner metal band. Here's their take on Green River.
sidewalkers. Oh, Cody Jr. took me over. Said you're gonna find the world is small, and if you get lost, then come on home to the river. Come on home to Greenwood River. Come on home.
I'm glad I didn't take a shower before this episode because I'm going to need one afterwards. It's dirty, grungy, swampy. And typically when you think of swamp music, as we mentioned at the beginning, you think of a porch. Somebody sitting on the porch, maybe they're playing a slide guitar, maybe there's a wash tub over there for the drums, and even maybe an upright bass. But a Hammond organ is not usually hanging out on the porch. So maybe these guys are like next door to a church or something.
Maybe it's a foot pump.
Or it could be, we had one of those. Oh my God.
The old foot pump.
Yeah, we
organ.
had one for about 10 years. My parents had one, my dad more specifically.
Yeah.
And he could play it. And
you can put that on the porch.
Yeah, I could play like 3 notes. But yeah, maybe there was one of those. And they carried it out to the porch and carried it back inside later on. So
man, that guitar was so good. I was given stank face.
That was
you know,
yeah.
You know, like when you see a guitarist just really leaning into it, he's got stank face.
You think
I
you're
was
in
getting
pain.
stank face.
Anybody looking at you because you got on headphones, they're like, "Oh my God, he's having a heart attack."
No,
it's a good thing.
Oh, well, it's just stank
good
face.
Pain. It is good pain.
Yes,
I will take that pain all day long.
I love hearing Creedence reinterpreted with some just stank face guitar.
And I'll admit, I didn't know. I'd never heard the original.
So there's an album called Green River.
Got to go back and listen to the original so I can put some context. But I don't care. That song I love.
Well, you're gonna love the whole album. I suggest you go listen to Burn on the Bayou.
That's on the list tomorrow.
It is amazing, and it's long. I think it's 3 records on the vinyl. It's long.
Good. Keep me busy.
Yeah. All right. The next one, maybe not so swamp rock, but I heard this song.
Okay, we'll see.
From this band, and it put me in the mood. It was that swampiness in here. This band you would consider a garage, maybe blues rock, but more of a garage indie band. And they were more infamous than they were famous in the United States. Now, in UK, they were a pretty big band. It's an English-American duo called The Kills. And most people know Alison Mosshart is the singer.
Is it Alice N. Mosshart or?
What the hell you say?
Allison.
Allison.
Okay, just make sure.
Mosshart, yes. I know you have to make sure on these things. And then the guitarist is Jamie Hotel Hintz. And known more for the garaginess of those bands that were coming out in the 2000s. You know, you had White Stripes, you had the Vines, you had Jet, you had all of those The bands. Here's another one, The Kills. And early on, they were compared to the White Stripes, but they were always a bit darker. And I think that's what, on some of their songs, just gives it a little bit of that dark swampiness to some of their stuff. They have a ton of TV and movie placements, so they definitely got their songs out there throughout the years. They've toured with Queens of the Stone Age, Guns N' Roses, Social Distortion, Jack White. And then in 2008, Mosshart joined Jack White in the band that we've played on the show before, The Dead Weather, a band that I always thought should have been a lot bigger than they were.
I agree.
They did okay.
I agree.
But
I liked it.
I always thought they would have been really big, and they weren't that big. I mean, they had a couple hits, but nothing huge.
Well, he's got ADHD because he's just going from one project
Jack White's
to the
going
next.
to everything.
Musical ADHD.
Yeah, but anyway, this band, The Kills, again, much bigger in the UK than they were here in the States. And this is actually I guess it was an iTunes exclusive song, but it's an EP that came out. It's called The Live Sessions on iTunes, and it was just the two of them. So this is just kind of an acoustic song, but it's got some swampiness to it, and I feel like it deserves to be here. I'm going to play it. You tell me.
Okay.
Does it deserve to be here? Here's The Kills with Pull a U.
I should have used the analogy for this song about sitting on a porch, because that was the stripped down version that you actually would hear, where it's just a guitar, maybe an upside down wash tub, and you got a rock band.
And it smells like a pack of Marlboro Reds and whiskey.
And off bug spray. DEET. A lot of DEET.
Oh, man. I think it's swampy. I don't know about you, but to me, that's swampy.
That very swampy. Very swampy. And that could be a little bit more further down the swamp as it drains into a bayou. You know,
right.
You have a swamp, you have a creek that
that's
then
the
drains into
porch.
the river.
Yeah.
The river opens up, and at a certain point, it becomes a bayou, and then the bayou drains into the bay, and the bay drains into the Gulf. And hence you have
Swamp.
The history of swamps. As told by me. But yeah, that was the stripped down version. Once again, you can see why Jack White would gravitate, or they would gravitate towards each other. Just bare bones, just good.
I love her vocals.
Yeah.
She was known to just chain smoke on stage while she's singing.
Okay.
I don't know if she still does that. I kind of hope not. But
I hope she's got some breath mints, because that in close proximity, that many cigarettes at one time.
Oh, yeah. She's gonna sound like this. How you doing?
Yeah, I can't even imitate that. It has to be like 7:00 in the morning when I first wake up. I can give you some Barry White, but not right now.
Hello, doll.
All right, I got one more for you, and I'm gonna end with some bluesy rock from the ATL, an Atlanta band that we played on our first Swamp Things episode. But you know what? It's our show. We can play them again.
That's right.
That's
damn straight.
Those are the rules. I saw this band open for the Black Crowes in 1993 on the High as the Moon tour in Greenville, South Carolina. I did not know who this band was. Never heard of them. Mm-hmm. And I bought their T-shirt. That's how much I liked them. Got their T-shirt. I was in college. I spent my money on them instead of the Black Crowes.
Instead of dinner.
Probably right. Yeah, so this band is called the Urban Shake Dancers.
Yeah.
And they used to play around, I don't know.
I remember the name.
I don't know what happened to them, but man, they used to play a lot.
They're now the suburban shake dancers.
Probably.
They have families and kids.
The suburban shaking less dancers.
Yeah, moving around somewhat.
Stomping feet.
Aerobics.
But they're southern bred blues rock. The name of the guy playing the guitar and singing is Robert Page, and he was a character.
So just Robert Page.
Robert Page.
That's good. God, yeah, that's a good.
It's a good blues name.
Yeah, because you've got two good references. You come from, Jimmy Page and Robert Harrison.
There you go, man. Maybe Robert Plant.
Oh yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, whatever. It's you.
That guy. Some people don't know who that is.
Yeah. So, like I said, on the 90s Atlanta scene for sure. And they did reunite in 2017 and 2019 locally. But other than that, I don't know what they're up to. But I'd love to hear from them again.
Hey, come on the show. They got stories from back in the day.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they have some good stories from that tour with the Crowes, especially.
Mm-hmm. Back when they were fighting like little school kids.
Oh, yeah.
The two brothers.
I mean, they were on the High as the Moon tour, so you can only imagine what those shows were like.
It was the famous quote they would do back to back, that they would show one brother and he was like, yeah, I told all the roadies, if you give him the drugs he was asking for, you're fired. And then
right, the same thing with the other one.
They clipped to the other guys like, if you give him the drugs he want, you're fired. Just the pettiness of that. It's glorious.
Oh, man. Well, let's hear a little Urban Shake Dancers from their album that came out in 95 called Let Her Dig. This is a song called See You Later.
I got a girl I don't wanna switch. I live the life that I love the life that I live. I can't change it. That's the truth now. If you want to come on back, you best come on the other side of the track. I told the people I'd see you later.
little bit faster, more up-tempo swampy, so must be a little breeze.
Yeah. You're enjoying the heat wave and the humidity.
Yeah, it's not quite full ass sweat, hot, swampy, but it's getting there.
It gets swampy enough here in Atlanta, and I think that's Atlanta swamp music.
That is. It fits in. There's swamps here. Believe me. I found them by accident. I've had to fill them in and build stuff on top of it illegally.
What's wrong with you?
Slide play.
Oh, did I say that? Oh, I'm sorry.
You did. I was going to go right over it.
Is this recorded?
Yeah.
It's not recorded.
Yeah, no,
nobody's listening.
I can totally edit this.
Good. Yeah.
All right, good.
Nobody.
You know I'm taking it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wetlands. Creek buffers. Whatever.
Oh, man. I love that slide playing in that song. Every song had slide in it. Well, except for the kills. I guess that wasn't necessarily slide.
It was implied.
Yeah.
It was implied.
Yeah.
There was some sweat on the strings, so they were kind of
Right.
slippery.
I think we hit, again, I think this is what
I'm
swamp
refreshed.
rock is.
I am refreshed. It was swampy, but now that we've listened to it, it's kind of like, oh, it's just, a nice crisp chill to the air now. It just seems nice.
It brings enjoyment
Yeah.
to the humidity in the stank that is the swamp.
It is true. If you've never experienced that, it does have a certain odor.
Yeah.
It's rotten.
Swamps are decaying.
Yeah, it's decaying matter. A couple of bodies here or there, but mainly it's just the plants decaying.
it's just-
and that we called it Mississippi gumbo mud.
Yeah.
And it was just as dark as Mississippi gumbo, and it was sticky and just you would sink up to your knees in it.
Sticky, stanky swamp.
Stanky swamp. Yeah, trying to
Swamp mud.
you stuck to the road. You stayed on the road because if you veered off, you were stuck for a while. I know, once again, from experience. Yeah, I've been stuck way back in the woods because I didn't follow that rule.
Oh, well, it happens.
It does.
Well, hopefully this is a good way to enjoy the beginning of summer, which
Yes.
all of a sudden everybody's been hit with a heat wave. So
Yes.
I'm assuming that there's going to be some stank everywhere.
Everybody's going to have a little
So-
funk, a little stank.
Yeah, here's a little stank for you with our swamp rock.
We're givers.
Enjoy the smells.
Yes.
Enjoy the sweat. Enjoy the, not mold. Well, yeah, I guess it is mold. Yeah, a little
Moldy,
bit.
mucky.
Yeah. Enjoy the muck.
Yes. Muck. It's muckety muck.
And with that, we say adieu.
See you later.
You had to wait till the very last song to get your kiss connection with a K, and your dog's just licking his nuts.
Yeah!